Insta360 GO 3S, and it is a really cool camera because not only does it look like, you know, an action pod that comes with a display that you can see yourself while you're recording, but you can actually take out the camera and have it be its own device. Now this thing is the size of my thumb, maybe my thumb is a little bit bigger, but this changes so many things when it comes to content and being able to record. One really cool thing that you can do is having a magnetic mount that you can attach this to your chest so you can get all types of POV kind of content. And this is actually magnetic as well. So if you were to place this on anything that is magnetic metal, you would be able to attach this and have a really cool kind of angle. So not only can you do vertical style content, you can also do horizontal style content. Another really great thing is as you're recording with this, you can actually see a live preview of what is going on from the camera. That way you're actually knowing the type of shots that you're getting. And that was a big problem, and why I didn't want to get the Meta Ray-Bans is the fact that you don't really know the angle that you're getting while you're shooting that type of content. So this is really cool. This is the Insta360 GO 3S, and this is going to be my first vlog using this device. So here we go. So this is my first vlog using the Insta360 GO 3S, and what you're seeing is the action pod that I'm holding. That way I can see the display while I'm using it. Now, a really cool feature obviously is that you can remove the actual camera, and now I'm able to move this around while I'm seeing what is going on right here, which is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I've never been able to see a device that's capable of doing that. So this is a really small camera, which is great for any type of POV kind of content. So we're gonna go into the store and I'll show you guys just exactly what it looks like and why this is a device that I've wanted for quite some time. Oh, this thing is so cool. It's crazy. Like, I think what I'm not really like used to at all is how small this camera actually is. It also shoots in 4K, which is pretty crazy. So I don't know if I'll always be shooting in 4K. To me, I personally like shooting at 1080p because of the reason that you can shoot a lot more content. The files are not massive. I think if you're shooting 4K, it's really just a reason for maybe wanting to have a nicer quality shot, but I'm honestly fine with 1080p, and I feel like the content still looks exactly the same. And I think like a crazy thing too is like, this is never a type of content that I would have been able to use unless I had some like crazy strap that was on my body, and I don't want to wear that. And also I feel like it is just really uncomfortable. So this is a game changer for just so many different types of cool content. So I want to pretty much talk about like how this works and what would be the actual purpose of buying something like this. So if you like to do like short form content and you want to have more of a POV kind of style, maybe have different angles, this would be the camera for you to get. Now obviously my favorite feature is being able to remove this and then being able to have this tiny little camera that you're able to actually use and be able to preview it with the screen that's here. But also one thing that I mentioned is that you're able to connect this to your chest and have different types of content. And the way you're able to do this, which comes with the box, is this magnetic little necklace. So what you're able to do is have this under your shirt, and you're pretty much able to record different content having this here, which is awesome. So that's a great feature. There also is a hat clip, so you're able to like clip it to your hat, have really cool angles. I think if you're any type of like vendor, you have a food truck, this would be a really good device to use. But pretty much for anyone who's a content creator or just wants to create cool videos, I'd highly recommend getting this. And I also realized too that this charges the camera at all times when you put this in. So it's like main priority, yes, is to show you your content, but the main priority is to charge the camera itself, which is really, really cool. So like what I think is crazy is the fact that like I'm able to get this kind of angle, which what other camera would I ever be able to have this looking directly up at me attached to literally a bike that is up here. So to me, this is why this camera is just absolutely so unique and can just get crazy shots, and you can actually attach this to a car, which is crazy. Like even this angle alone is insane. Like when would you ever be able to get a shot like this? Like it just would never happen. So that's why this is so cool, and the fact that you're able to get shots like this makes this camera worth it for me. Like this is unlike anything I've ever seen. And again, like this is crazy. This angle is honestly insane. Like you would never be able to get an angle like this with any other camera. So I'm actually gonna be going for a run, and I'm gonna put my socks on, and then I'm gonna be using the head mount to run. So that should be a lot of fun. So pretty much all the footage that you're gonna see from now until like the end of the video is all using the Insta360 GO 3S, and yeah, I'm gonna be going for a run. I've been getting back into running. It's something I haven't done in a long time. Of course, the sock that I have has a hole in it, but we'll still make do with what we have. So yeah, we're gonna go for a run. It's pretty hot out today. I think it's 87 degrees, so this should be a lot of fun. But yeah, feels good. I love the summer, and thank you God for another day. Great, so I'm gonna be going for a run, and I have this mount that attaches to the hat, so I'm gonna be running with this. So we'll kind of get like a cool shot while I'm running. I was considering bringing this, but I might just bring the action pod and just carry that. So yeah, I'm gonna start running, and we will get into it. All right, so I just finished doing my run, and obviously you can see might be hard to see here, but you can see a live feed of like what you're actually filming, which is awesome. So I have this hooked up to my hat, and I also really like how much you can like how much you can move the camera, so you really can get a lot of cool angles while you're filming. Like, this is a really interesting POV kind of shot, so I can see myself walking. It's so cool. Like, this is easily the most unique camera I think I've ever owned, but ever seen. I think another cool product that Insta360 makes is their 360 camera. That is one that I was considering, but to me, I think this is the most unique camera of its kind, so I definitely wanted to try it out and get it, and I'm really glad that I did. This is also just like magnetically hooked up to the car right now, and I guess you hypothetically could put this anywhere that is magnetic on the car, which is insane. I also wonder, can you put on the tire? No, maybe some other place, but it is really crazy. Like, I can't get over it. I really can't. Yeah, it's wild. Like, it's attached to a door right now, which is crazy. So yeah. So something I'm a little bit curious about is what the quality is going to look like at night, but I guess we'll see. Also, I did want to show you this tripod that I have here. It's pretty cool, actually. It definitely works really well, which is great. So I really do like that. Yeah, I have the little strap here just to show you. And then I'm actually going to be heating up this grill because I'm going to make some chicken sausage. So that should be yummy. And we got to take this off. So yeah, I'll show you what. So I went to the store and I got this called Alfresco spicy jalapeno. So I'm gonna have 2 of these. It's about like 100 calories each and pretty much 26 grams of protein. So I'm heating this up. I don't think this needs like a specific heat, but probably just until I can tell that it needs to be cooked. So probably should have gotten scissors to open this, but this will just cut it open. The juices will open up like that. Probably will need to wash my hands at some point, but I guess we'll take this out and put it on here. I don't know if I should have done it vertically, but I don't know. This should cook probably fairly quickly. I don't think this is gonna take super long. I do like to put these back into a plastic container just because, you know, don't want to leave it out and about. Grab this. Alright, so I'll go back in, wash my hands. Feature that I did learn about this is the live preview. You can actually view it for, or I think like you can have it show what is filming, like a live preview from a certain distance. I don't know exactly how far that is, but I know that after a certain period, you won't be able to actually see how far or like what you're actually recording. But one thing I actually really do like is this hat mount. I think it's very cool. I mean, it is a little bit noticeable, but it's not, I don't feel like it's as noticeable as something like a GoPro vest that you would have. But already the audio is really good on this camera, by the way. That's something I've really liked about it so far. Like, it picks up really good audio for a device that is this small. I thought I was going to need a mic, but it actually, I believe you're not able to connect a Bluetooth mic to this device. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's you're not able to do that. I wanted to kind of make this a longer vlog because I really wanted to show you like what the footage looks like, and just different features throughout the day. Like, sometimes I feel like with videos, people will make a 5-minute vlog, and to me it just doesn't feel like it shows everything about the camera. So I kind of wanted to show you like different aspects and also the different accessories that it comes with. Geez, I may have to flip this over. Now it may say that it's upside down. 1 second. Let's see here. So I don't know why it does that, to be honest. Well, now this is saying it's upside down. It's a little... Alright, so let's check on these sausages. It's got some good color, which is great. I don't know, I do like a good char on sausage, but it's starting to look good. Apparently this is jalapeno, so I imagine hopefully it has a good taste, but I do like to have some char on sausage. I don't like when it's just like really mushy and not super great, so yeah. But I'm also curious, so now there's a bit of wind right now, and I'm curious if this really picks it up. I also want to test something. So I believe this device is waterproof, which is actually a really cool feature. The reason I'm just holding this is I'm curious about the live preview. But apparently the camera is waterproof. Now this could either turn out good or it could be very bad, but we're gonna test it out. We're gonna take it off the clip and we will put it underwater. So I guess here we go. Good luck. Apparently it does work, which is crazy. And it actually did show the live preview on here, which is even crazier. So I'm gonna dry this up, and yeah, I don't know if the action pod itself is waterproof, but... Alright, so I'm gonna give my thoughts on what this camera, like where it shines, and then I think obviously maybe some negatives or just my opinion. So I think this camera is really good for someone who is maybe a little bit more shy when it comes to filmmaking. Like, if you're gonna do POV style content and you're just gonna put it on your chest, I could see why this would be a really good camera for you because of the size. I also think this is a really good camera for anyone that likes to do daily vlogging, as well as like travel or even like action style videos, because of how many different accessories you can use with this, and just a lot of the really different camera angles that you can get, for example, like what I'm doing right now. And I just think this is a really fun camera to use. Like, it makes filming that much more fun, which is really, really great, and I think it is awesome. Now, I do have a few cons with this camera. The first one, I would wish that there was longer battery life, but at the same time, you can't really expect that from a camera of this size, so it's not really a con per se, more of like an improvement if I were to have any. I don't really have any cons, to be honest. I feel like this camera is really solid all around. Nothing feels cheap. the technology and the AI just works really, really well, and the app is incredible. It's probably the best app for a camera that I've ever used. I've used Canon DJI apps. Insta360 definitely knows what they're doing when it comes to apps. I think my only critique that I think is valid is that this is a solid state drive, meaning you can't put a micro SD card into it. And that probably would be my critique that I would have. So something that I've wanted to try since I've gotten this camera is to attach it to the side of a car. Now, again, the fact that I'm saying attach a camera to the side of the car is insane, but we're gonna try it. I'm just gonna do it from the side. Apparently the magnet's really strong, so let's see. Taking this out here, and wow, that is actually on really strong. Okay. This honestly may be my favorite camera I think I've ever owned. I know that's a really like crazy stretch, but this may be actually my favorite camera ever. It's just unlike anything I've ever seen. That's all I can really say. All right, so this is also another thing that I wanted to just kind of talk about. Obviously, I love the whole live preview, but you know, I would consider something like the Meta Ray-Bans in this. It's not by any means anywhere equivalent to this camera, but the feature of kind of having a more like discrete way of recording and being able to create like a POV kind of shot is very unique. And I believe that the Meta Ray-Ban and this device, and I don't really know what else, are kind of in this category, which is really cool that we're able to have cameras that are able to get shots like this. But this camera just really excels in, you know, these ways where you're able to just have different recording styles that you may have never been able to have before. And that's what I think is always so cool about cameras and technology, is like kind of bridging that gap and trying things and seeing what's new. And I give Insta360 a lot of credit for being able to try and like make something that's a lot more unique. Like, I do know that this camera has been out for, you know, quite some time, but this device is great. And I believe that we're living in a generation where like every year these companies make new and new products, but sometimes if a product is really good and it does a really good job, why change it? I was looking the other day, apparently Insta360 is making kind of like a new device. It could be called the Go 4, maybe Go 4S, whatever they want to call it, but I believe they're changing the design of the actual camera, and I don't think that is the right move, to be honest. I think the form factor of this is really, really great, and I think if anything that you were to change, maybe it would just be improving the battery, possibly, you know, maybe making the quality better, being like, but not changing the design. But I think this is just an overall really good device, and I'm just impressed all around. Like, you know, sometimes you buy cameras or devices and you have it and then you're like, oh wait, this is not as good as what I actually thought it was. But this device actually is as good as what I thought it was. So that's obviously, you know, just great to have. Something that I just think about, like, there are a lot of people that were complaining, saying the battery life was not great. I've been shooting pretty much the whole day at 1080p, and this is not even halfway to empty. I think, again, like I've said this earlier, but they were really smart in how they used this action pod. Like, they didn't just make this as a way to preview. They made this a way that you could charge the camera and just have as much recording time as possible while still being able to see what you're recording. I'll be honest, I think this completely destroys GoPro. I haven't really liked GoPro's products in quite a while. I think all their devices are exactly the same. I don't think there's anything that really stands out with the GoPro. And if you are looking for maybe more of a higher quality like footage, you can just go with the DJI product compared to a GoPro. So Insta360, I have to say, you blew it out of the water. This is a really, really good device.